Welcome to Season 2, Episode 20 of Full House Rewind. I'm Dave Coulier.
And I'm Marla Sokoloff.
And catch me up. What are you doing? What's going on?
What is
What's
going on? Just
You're
kid
busy?
stuff. Yeah, the kids.
You got projects lined up?
I got projects lined up. I have kids. I'm a professional Uber driver now. I don't know if I told you that. My daughter, who's about to be 13, needs me to drive her all over this city. And so
teenage years.
Oh my gosh. I'm like, I have other children, right? Like you've seen those other people who live in this house that need me to drive them places and be there for them as well, right? So yeah, between that and work, it's been just feel like I'm always just going. And you, sir?
And busy.
Busy.
I always tell people, I'm still fooling people.
You're still fooling people.
Fooling people.
Okay. Yeah. And we feel good.
I feel good. Yeah,
okay.
Feel good. I'm getting a little teased by the stand-up bug again.
Ooh, when's the last time you did stand-up?
I did a tour a couple of years ago.
Okay.
But it's almost 3 years ago now. I did a tour of 24 U.S. Air Force bases.
Oh, wow.
And
you must have loved that.
Yeah, and they wanted a 90-minute show.
Wow.
Tour.
That's a long time to do stand-up.
I had to put 90 minutes together. And in order to put 90 minutes of stand-up together, you got to go out to clubs every single night. And
to rehearse them?
Yeah, I did that. And you just want the material honed.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you can't headline a show for 90 minutes without being really good. And I know what that takes. I know how much work that is to put 90 minutes together. And I kind of culled a bunch of old stuff and updated it and made it new again. But there was stuff I just couldn't do anymore. So I had to toss a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But I've kind of got the bug. When Adam Sandler was here in Detroit doing his tour, he played Little Caesars Arena, 20,000 seats. And I just went down to just go hang out with him, and Kevin James was on that show, and Rob Schneider, and my friend Mike Binder. And Melissa and I went to just go and hang out backstage, and I was sitting there looking at my friend Mike on stage, and I'm looking out, and there's Little Caesars Arena there, and Mike's on the stage there, and Adam comes over, and Kevin James comes over, and I'm standing there, and all of a sudden I want to go up and do 5 minutes? And I'm like,
oh,
no, it's your hometown. I'm like, no, I'm not. I have nothing. I haven't been on stage in a couple of years, and you can't just jump up in front of, 20,000
Yeah, it's not like you're a musician and you're like, what song should I sing? And you have it down. Yeah. It's like, that's not an impromptu kind of thing.
So am I going to go up and, just kind of tap dance for 5 minutes? And I just thought, no, I think I'll just wait. But that was kind of the tipping point for me where I started thinking, I got a lot of dad jokes.
You do have a lot of dad jokes. That is true.
And with that, I'm going to open up with a dad joke.
Oh,
Marla.
No. Everybody brace yourselves. Here we go.
So I went into, and this goes back to what we said on a previous show about your husband, Alec, doing something at a restaurant.
Yeah.
Did you like that, or did you finish that? And he said, no, send it back, or whatever he said.
I hated it.
Yeah. I hated that. Send it back. This is when whenever I go into a restaurant, and they don't seat you right away, and you go up to the greeter, seater.
Sure.
And they go, do you have reservations? And I always go, no, but I'm starting to.
Okay.
Or here's another dinner joke that you can use.
I'm going to use it.
Okay, you can use this one. They'll come up to you at the end of your meal. They'll go, do you want a box for your dinner? And I always go, no, but I'll wrestle you for the check.
How does that one play?
These are okay. These are okay jokes.
No, they're totally dad jokes, though.
No. So I did that. Melissa and I went out with my friend Larry Murphy, Hockey Hall of Famer, and his wife. And I said those 2 jokes. He goes, I got to remember those 2 jokes. What were they again? They were really funny. And he goes, do you mind if I use those? I go, no, take them, use them.
Steal them.
Yeah.
I
Enjoy.
like the reservations one. It's funny.
Do you have reservations? No, but I'm starting to.
The hat and the glasses just make this bit so much better.
My friend Joe, who's sitting out in the lobby. Joe, who did I look like? He says I look like Truman Capote.
Oh.
That's the guy who talked like this.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm not sure if I really want to go there. Like Truman Capote, that's like...
I'm not seeing
sure.
that.
I'll go with like Telly Savalas.
I was just going to say, like, I'm getting like
maybe.
yeah. I almost said Matlock. He's
that.
not Matlock. He's Kojak.
Yes, but Truman Capote who talked like this.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I really want to be, let's say, saddled up with him. And I think they did a character Droopy, an animated character Droopy, who was kind of a takeoff of Truman Capote.
Poor Droopy.
Poor Droopy. Yeah. I'm not going to go where I was going to go because I was going off on a whole other offshoot.
Let's bring it back. Let's bring it back.
Do.
Yeah, we got a show. We have to talk about Full House.
That's right. Episode 20 of season 2, also known as I'm There For You, Babe. Right? And this episode was directed by Jack Shea and first aired on ABC on April 14th, 1989. What's the writer's room pitch?
After Jesse inadvertently schedules his musical group in 2 different places for the same night, the family helps by performing as a backup band.
I'm buying that episode.
I have to say I feel very connected to Jesse in this because I cannot tell you how many times in a week I do this double booking or, yeah, sure, I can have dinner with you, Dave. No problem. Wednesday? Yeah, Wednesday's great. And then I'll get to my calendar and I'll be like, I can't do Wednesday. And then I got to tell Dave I can't do Wednesday. Or, yeah, so-and-so can have a play date. Have him come over. Oh, wait, we're out of town that day. Like, somebody reel me in. And I have a calendar. So there's really just no reason.
Yeah. You got to just look at the calendar first,
look at the calendar. Is that like some sort of weird, I don't know. There's some sort of a disconnect between me and a calendar. I don't like them. I don't like looking at it. I don't like being told what to do. I don't know. By my calendar.
All of those things?
All of the above. All of the above.
Do you set like reminders for yourself on your calendar? I do all the time.
Reminders, alarms, everything.
Yeah. Notifications,
all
reminders, alarms. I do all of that stuff. And now, you can do multiple. You can add another reminder. So I always do like, remind me
the day before. Yep.
Remind me 2 hours before.
I do it all.
An hour before.
Yep. Same.
I'm like, what did we do before we had, smartwatches and calendars and computers and phones?
Well, I've often said the same thing about like an Amazon, when I'm ordering like holiday gifts and I have 3 children, as you know, so that's a lot of presents. I'm like, how did you do it without Amazon? Because you're just like, you really have to go shopping for each kid. And I mean, even parents who have more than 3, I can't even imagine. It's like, it's so easy to be like, oh, she wants this. Oh, it's on Amazon. Add to cart. It comes tomorrow. Fab.
Yeah. And you can really get carried away with Amazon. You can go down a rabbit hole where you just order stuff. And then your porch is just nonstop doorbell. Just,
get embarrassed sometimes. I'm like, oh my God, this Amazon person. Yes. But it's not even something interesting. It's like detergent, for the clothes or toilet paper. I don't know. Like I'm like, believe me, what's in this box is not thrilling anybody.
Yeah, we just did that with toothpaste. I ordered the 3-pack of toothpaste, and this giant Amazon truck pulls up, and here's my toothpaste.
Yeah,
I'm just like, wow, that's a real commentary on where we are as a society. This giant truck shows up and hands me 3 tubes.
And we've really breeds laziness in a way, because I haven't gone to a grocery store in a really long time because I just don't have to.
Do you Instacart or what?
I do Instacart. Yeah, I have it delivered because, I mean, if I'm like thinking about going to Costco and dealing with all the people and the lines and the options and all this. I'm like, no, I can have them just bring it to me. I prefer that.
Yeah. Although it's kind of tough. Don't you think it's kind of tough to pick out like meats and fish and chicken? And
I take the risk, Dave. I take the risk.
You take the risk.
I take the risk.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
sometimes I will be like, oh, who picks this apple? Or these bananas are about to be black. Why'd they bring me these? But you know what? It's like, that's the price you pay for having someone else do your shopping for you.
That is true. That is true. We do it once in a while, but Melissa loves to cook. And I used to love to cook, and I've lost the desire to cook now.
Oh, really?
'Cause
I wonder what happened.
Well, I went to chef school
Stop it.
for a show that I did called The Worst Celebrity Cooks in America. And they really taught us. They said,
So wait, the chef school was on the show, or was this for you prepping?
chef school. They said, right when we started the series, they said, we're going to teach you enough in the next few weeks as if you went to a culinary institute for 6 months. That's how much we're going to cram in. And I learned how to cook. I learned how to make sauces. I learned how to, you can watch the show, The Worst Celebrity Cooks in America. You can still watch me on
Wow.
there. I think I took 3rd place.
Was it like a Food
Which
Network thing?
Was Food Network. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Wow,
it was
that's
so
cool.
interesting. So interesting. I didn't know a lot of things, like temperatures and how to cut things and
Yeah.
how to season things, how to make sauces from scratch. I didn't
Yeah.
know any of that.
Yeah. No, it's a skill. I cook a lot and I like to cook. But for me, again, going back to my whole like Instacart thing, like if my fridge just was always fully stocked with all the things I needed, I would cook more. But it's more when it becomes like 3 or 4 o'clock, you're like, oh no, dinner's approaching. Now I have to go to the store. I have to figure out what I'm going to make. It's just like, oh.
Yeah.
And I've
trying to
often
have a
said,
variety.
yeah,
Right.
you got to have a variety. But I've often said one thing they don't tell you about parenting is you are responsible to feed these people 3 times a day. They didn't tell me that when I was pregnant. Like, oh, just get ready for when they're all, sitting at a table waiting for you to serve them food. Like, why is this my responsibility?
And at that point, be happy you don't have boys.
Right,
Because
because they
boys
eat
will
a
just
ton.
like eat and eat and eat. I remember when I was in high school, I would eat an entire bag of Lay's potato chips and a half gallon of ice cream in one sitting.
That was like
And
a
I couldn't
snack
put
or
weight
what?
on. I couldn't put weight on
did
because
put
I was
weight
playing
on?
hockey. I was skating every day before school. We had practice and then games during the week. And I was running and I couldn't put weight on.
Wow.
But I remember just like food. Now I have 3 nephews now. Those guys will just, when they come to visit, we're like, okay, we had to get a second fridge out of the garage. We did. Because they will just they will just not stop.
Wow.
And it's just, you hear that, and
Yeah.
then your fridge starts beeping.
Yeah, it's like,
'Cause they're
close me,
looking.
please.
Yeah. It's just beeping. I'm like, Mel, they're in the fridge again. She goes, they're boys. There's 3 boys. They're teenagers. Like, yeah, I guess I forgot.
They're hungry.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to start
Okay.
us off. Okay.
Let's go.
Season 2, episode 20 opens with a teaser in the girls' room, and Stephanie is seated on the toy box quietly playing. Michelle enters and asks her to play horsey, but Stephanie says she's busy.
Michelle does Stephanie's fake crying routine. Good. Stephanie says that she doesn't want to play horsey, but Michelle persists. Stephanie finally agrees to play horsey and can't believe she fell for her own crying routine. And we fade into the main titles.
The show opens in Jesse's room where he is fast asleep. Michelle enters holding a jack-in-the-box. She turns the crank and pop goes the weasel, begins to play. The jack-in-the-box clown pops out and Jesse is startled awake.
Danny, Jesse, DJ, and Stephanie enter. Danny is carrying a tray with a guitar-shaped waffle birthday cake lit with candles on it. It's Jesse's 26th birthday. Remember 26, Dave?
26, yeah.
The group sings the Beatles version of Birthday as Joey mimes playing electric guitar and doing sound effects.
Which was this weird electric Jimi Hendrix guitar.
That was awesome.
He used to do. The girls hand Jesse a birthday present. It's a piece of wood with the words "Happy Birthday, Jesse" on it. The world's greatest uncle. DJ, Stephanie, and Michelle have all signed it. They give Jesse a hug.
Danny hands Jesse a present. He unwraps the gift and sees that it's an appointment book. Danny says that Jesse can now be as organized as him.
And then Joey hands Jesse a present. Jesse opens it, and he sees that it's an Elvis watch. Ooh. DJ asks Jesse how it feels to be 26. He says that it feels great. He's got a great family, a perfect girlfriend. The advertising stuff's going well. And this is the year that his band's going to make it. Jesse then asks everyone to come and see his band that evening. Everyone responds, of course, with an enthusiastic yes.
As everyone exits, DJ reminds Jesse about her soccer game, 3:30 p.m. Jesse insists that he'll be there as he's the team coach. DJ exits and Michelle begins to leave, holding Jesse's birthday presents. Jesse tells her to keep the appointment book, but she declines and exits.
Then we cut to Joey's room, and Jesse lays on the bed playing guitar. Joey tells Jesse that he's finally come up with the lyrics to their credit dentist jingle. He recites the lyrics and finishes with a Casey Kasem impression.
Wow, that was fantastic. Danny enters with Michelle holding her Jack-in-the-Box and announces that Sam Battersby, the music critic from the San Francisco Mirror, will be at the Smash Club that night to watch Jesse and his band. Danny also says that he's enticed Sam by giving him his Giants tickets. Danny exits.
Michelle sits on the floor and tells the guys that her Jack-in-the-Box is broken. Jesse begins to fix it and then realizes he has to leave to coach DJ's soccer team, and he exits.
We cut to the living room. DJ and Kimmy, dressed in their soccer uniforms, are practicing with the soccer ball. Jesse, holding his soccer jersey in his hand, runs to the front door. As he begins to exit, Stephanie enters and tells him that he needs to bake 100 cookies for her school bake sale. Jesse, DJ, and Kimmy exit.
100 cookies. That's a lot.
It's a lot of cookies.
That's a lot of cookies.
Like, can I split it with somebody? Jeez.
Yeah, right? Okay. We cut to the kitchen. Stephanie's seated at the countertop is mixing batter in a bowl for 100 cookies while she talks to Mr. Bear. Jesse, DJ, and Kimmy enter singing triumphantly and high-fiving. Stephanie quickly throws an apron around Jesse. She'd like him to start baking those 100 cookies.
Becky enters and wishes Jesse a happy 26th birthday. She gives him a kiss, saying that it's a preview of things to come later.
What?
Becky?
In front of the kids?
That's inappropriate. My goodness.
Yeah.
Keep it to yourself, Aunt Becky. Kimmy, DJ, and Stephanie exit. Becky reminds Jesse that they have to attend a wedding tomorrow.
Joey enters to remind Jesse that they need to finish writing their dentist spot. Danny enters and asks Jesse if he can help fix his car. Jesse exits to go to the Smash Club.
Danny, Joey, and DJ, Steph, and Kimmy Gibbler enter. Danny hands his Giants tickets to the club manager.
And then Jesse enters and he tells everyone that his band isn't going to show up because they were double booked. Well, the club manager tells Jesse to start the show even without a band. So Jesse asks where he's going to get a band, and he looks to the stage. He sees the entire family already waiting in place to perform, like the Partridge Family, for crying out loud. Danny playing guitar, Joey playing harmonica. They launch into a short little song.
A few minutes later, Jesse is telling the family that the notes to the song are E-A-E-A. Jesse gets introduced as Jesse and these other guys, and he and the family launch into a horrible rendition of Do-Wah-Diddy-Diddy.
Yeah, that was pretty funny, too. DJ does a really bad drum solo, and Danny follows with a guitar solo. We cut to the audience all wincing. Eesh. Joey, wearing shades, launches into a blues riff on his harmonica. We cut to Sam Battersby who just shakes his head.
Jesse launches into another verse of Do Wah Diddy Diddy. The entire audience gets up and begins walking out of the Smash Club. We dissolve into the family still singing on stage, and Jesse is mortified.
Can't even have your family come up and, sub for your band. What is this world? It's the next morning. Jesse is asleep. Stephanie enters, and she tells Jesse that there's an article in the paper about their performance the night before. Look out. Stephanie wrangles Jesse out of bed, reminding him to start baking cookies. As he begins to exit, Michelle enters with the broken jack-in-the-box, once again asking Jesse to fix it.
DJ calls out to Jesse from across the hallway. He enters the girls' room. DJ tells him that her soccer game starts in 1 hour. Joey enters and asks Jesse to write the jingle with him. Jesse grabs his keyboard as Stephanie, DJ, Joey, Michelle, and Danny all vie for his attention.
As Jesse has a meltdown, go figure, about all of his responsibilities, Becky enters and reminds him about attending the wedding.
Terrible timing, Becky. Later that morning, Jesse's asleep. The entire family enters and quickly relieves Jesse of all his responsibilities, telling him that everything's been handled. Jesse says that he is undeserving and he feels like he let everyone down.
The family rallies around Jesse, telling him that it's okay for him to ask for help once in a while. And Joey tells him that together, they're a team. Jesse tells everyone how much he loves being part of the team. Everyone exits except Becky. She's coming back to the kiss reference from before, right? She gives Jesse a kiss and tells him that she's coming back to see him as soon as the wedding is over. Jesse says, mercy, and Becky exits.
Michelle approaches Jesse with the jack-in-the-box in her hands. She asks Jesse to wake Jack up. Jesse cranks the handle on the jack-in-the-box and the clown pops out. Michelle giggles and Jesse says, I'm there for you, babe. They trade off saying, no, you, babe.
You, babe. Oh, that's,
very cute.
That's what happens. That's season 2, episode 20. I'm there for you, babe.
Yeah.
What the heck are the writers trying to say? I guess it's probably what we were talking about. Which
I
is,
mean, I relate to this. I feel I've had that Jesse meltdown before, where it's like you feel like you're in a movie. Oh, I have to do this. I have to do that. And then like somebody walks in, it's like, Mommy, will you braid my hair? And then that's just like the straw that breaks your back. You're just like, not one more thing.
Are one of your daughters like Gia?
No. I mean,
Thank
not
goodness.
that I know of. She better not be. None of them seem Gia-like to me, but I don't know.
I've heard from parents like 3 girls, or 3 boys, which is harder? Like, like girls can be, of course, teenagers are teenagers, but everybody has their different, have you talked to anybody who has 3 boys or?
I have a lot of friends who have 3 boys. It's weird. I have a lot of friends who have 3 of the same gender. And I think here's my thoughts on it. I think the boys are harder when they're younger, 0 to 12, maybe, or maybe even younger. And then the girls, once they start becoming teenagers, they are the harder ones. And then the boys are just, more loving toward mom and want to be around mom. And I mean, my daughter went to the Grove the other day and I happened to be having lunch there with a friend. And she said, if you see us there, don't talk to us. Just keep going. Because I don't want everyone to think that you wouldn't let me go by myself, that I had to be there with a parent. And I'm like, what do you mean if I see you, don't come talk to you guys? Of course I'm going to come say hi. How dare you be embarrassed by me?
Oh, Mom, you're embarrassing us. Oh, yeah.
But I don't think a boy would ever do that.
No. Hi, Mom. It's my mom. Hey, how you doing, Mom?
All right. See you later, Mom.
Your mom's hot, dude.
Love you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
All right. You want to play a game?
Let's go. Let's play a game.
All right. Okay. This game is called I'm There For You, Babe. And in this episode, of course, Jesse is overwhelmed with too many responsibilities, but the family pitches in and they eventually help him out. So, Marla, I'm going to ask you some questions about the best things you can do for your family. And we're going to see how you do.
Okay. I'm ready.
All right. Okay. This first one is a true or false question. True or false? Not talking to your family is the best thing you can do.
Depends on the day, Dave.
Depends on the day, right?
No, that is not true.
Right,
You got to have open lines of communication.
Communication, right?
No, we don't want to be silencing one another. No, terrible.
Yeah. Regular family meetings are simply, making time for conversations can strengthen bonds and, of course, resolve conflicts, which they're constant, right?
Oh, yes.
Always something. All right,
Yes.
so another true and false. Here we go. Starting family traditions and rituals pushes people away.
Also, completely false. I
False,
think
yeah,
a ritual is a great idea.
Yeah, absolutely. Celebration, holidays,
Traditions.
annual vacations. Do you guys go on an annual vacation?
We do. We do a lot of it. My husband Alec is he likes to travel. He gets me out of my shell of not wanting to leave our home.
Yeah, we try to take a trip every year. Camping. We like actually camping.
What? I'm gonna need to talk to
Camping.
Melissa about this.
She's the one who's like.
Are
the
we
big
talking like
promoter.
glamping, or are we talking
No,
like?
this is a tent. This is sleeping on our boat. Which isn't really camping, but like anytime she can get near a campfire, tents don't bother her. She'll like
Goodness.
sleep in a tent and
I didn't know Melissa was so low maintenance. I love this about her.
She's a Montana girl. She lived in the woods because her father was a lumberjack. He was
Right.
a logger.
Right. So this is like her roots.
Yeah, she loves that.
Yeah.
She loves that. So we have 2 different fire pits at our house now. And it's like,
Cool.
let's go sit by a fire. And she loves that kind of stuff.
That's amazing. I love that. Like after
Right.
dinner, do you guys go sit outside and chat and hang out by
Sometimes.
the fire? How
Yeah,
cute.
sometimes. Yeah. And it depends how hard the wind is blowing because we're on a lake.
Right.
So that lake wind,
that may
comes
not be
off
very comfortable.
Yeah, but we have a sheltered little spot that we go and
I love that. That's so
make
cute.
a fire and yeah.
Well, I
So-
will never go camping with you guys. I'm so sorry. I love you both, but I do not enjoy camping.
You know what we did for our wedding? We did glamping. Melissa
you did?
produced our whole wedding, and we set up a glamp ground for all of our friends.
Oh,
So she
that's
found these
fun.
insane tents, put full beds and lanterns and
Okay.
heat, and it was ridiculous. It was so cool.
That is
And we
such an
invited our
original idea.
friends.
And then you guys just
Yeah.
had like a fun camping weekend?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah,
That's
but our
awesome.
friends, some of them got to glamp, and then we found cabins for. It was all up in Montana, right by the Yellowstone River.
How many years are you guys now?
Together 20, married for 10.
Wow.
I didn't rush it. I
I
didn't
was
want
going
to
to
rush
say, what
into
happened
it.
to you in those 10 years? What were you
I didn't
doing?
want to rush into it.
You just wanted to be really sure.
Yeah.
Did she ever get to a place you
We're-
think where she was like, are we ever going to get married, or we're just doing this?
She never pushed me about it. She never said, hey, don't you think it's time? Not once. Never.
That was smart. That was a
Then-
pro move.
Oh, totally planned me.
Yeah.
She left me in the river, just let me swim around, and she was just, oh, I got him.
100%.
100%. But then she was surprised when I just gave her a ring.
That's sweet. I love
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
So cute.
So,
All right, back to our game.
Back to the game. Another true and false. If you express gratitude and appreciation, everyone will take advantage of you.
I hope not. I think it's really great to express gratitude and appreciation.
Again,
Yeah.
Yes, I do too.
Yes, we must do these things. No one wants to feel
And,
underappreciated.
Heartfelt notes, I've heard. Like just writing someone a little note, like how much you appreciate them or how much you value them or just how much you love.
I
like a
leave little notes
note.
in my daughter's lunches every once in a while.
See, that's so cute. I love that.
Cute, right? And I don't want to
Wanna
do
know
it
what my
too
dad-
often because I don't want them to expect it, so you want to have
Oh,
just
yeah.
little...
You know what my dad used to do before
Yeah.
work? My dad worked at Chrysler.
Okay.
So he would leave really early in the morning. So he'd put the cereal boxes out on the kitchen table. And then my dad had this skill where he could write letters. He would get a super hard pencil and sharpen it really super sharp. And he could write tiny little letters. And so he would get a piece of paper and leave a magnifying glass on the table.
How cute.
And he would write a tiny little message like this saying, have a great day at school.
Right.
And we were like, oh, I wonder what Dad's message was. And we go,
Every day?
A lot.
Wow. That's sweet.
And then on Sundays, we knew when to get up because my dad would play harmonica. And he would make pancakes. And we knew when it was time to get up when my dad started playing the harmonica.
That's so sweet. I love
Breakfast was ready. Yeah.
Memories.
Yeah. Yeah, he was fun.
That's great.
Okay, this question. These are kind of ridiculous questions in this episode. All right, this is true or false. If you support someone too much, they become a leech.
Oh my
Who wrote
God.
these? They become a leech.
A leech. Yeah, I think it's best to be unsupportive at all times. Just crush people's dreams and hopes and dreams. That's always my motto.
Yeah, you got to have a support system, right?
Yes, 100%.
I don't think you can ever support someone
too much. No.
You know, where they say, cut it out.
Yeah, Dave, I see
you know
what
what time
you're
it
doing
is.
there.
Dun, 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 dun. Oh, it's time for Cut It Out.
Cut it out.
Of course, every episode of Full House has a heartfelt scene, and we have cut out a scene from season 2, episode 20, that we're going to read together. You're going to play the role of Jesse, and I'll be playing the role of Michelle.
Ooh, okay, here we go.
So we're in
Yep.
Jesse's room, and Michelle is carrying her broken Jack in the Box.
Hey, I'm sorry, babe, but your Uncle Jay is on vacation.
I love you.
And I love you too.
Thank you.
Come here, let's see if we can get that old Jack in the Box working. All right, you ready?
Yes.
Then Jesse pounds on the broken Jack in the Box and he turns the crank and it pops open. See? I told you. I'm there for you, babe.
For you, babe.
No, for you, babe.
For you, babe.
No, for you, babe.
No, for you, babe.
And Jesse tickles Michelle and they share a laugh. And that is the end of a beautiful little scene.
That was cute. How old was
cute.
Michelle in this? Like 2?
Probably 2-ish.
So adorable.
Yeah, I know.
In this episode, I'm there for you, babe. Jesse is overwhelmed with his responsibilities to the family. We all understand this, Jesse. First time that we see Uncle Jesse completely frazzled with every part of his life. He feels the pressure of taking care of the girls, helping Danny, his advertising job with Joey, his relationship with Becky, and his budding music career. That's a lot.
It is a lot, and watching this episode, I thought John was really great in this one. He got to show great range, comedic timing. His performance was filled with a lot of heart, especially the cute and cuddly scene with Michelle and the Jack in the Box at the end. So you know what, my hat's off for John for carrying this entire episode, and just some my hat's off. Look at
Hats
that.
off.
I have a hat, so I
There
can
you
say
go.
my hat's off. Yeah. So, good job, John.
Yeah. Oh, he's so talented. Okay, with that, it's time for fan mail and comments.
We love hearing from you, all of you, and we've collected some of your best comments and questions that you sent to us on our Full House Rewind Instagram and our YouTube channel. This one comes to us from Jason S. Boley, who says, this one is for Dave in season 1, episode 16, when Joey quits comedy. Is that something Dave has ever thought about doing? Yes, many times. In fact, I did. I was right during Full House. I was doing Full House. I was hosting America's Funniest People. I was doing voices on The Real Ghostbusters for ABC. I was doing voices on The Muppet Babies for CBS. And I was trying to do stand-up at the same time. And I thought, well, this is a once-in-a-lifetime time to go out and play, not really arenas, but some big venues. So I was playing a place here called Pine Knob here in Michigan, and it's a outdoor amphitheater, and it's a great, great, great venue. I used to go there when I was a kid. My first show I ever went to was The Captain and Tennille, believe it or not.
Oh my gosh, hilarious.
And I sat in the front row. That was my first Pine Knob show. But I saw the Doobie Brothers there, and Peter Frampton and Billy Joel, and you name it. Everybody played there. So I was playing there, and I played there 3 times. I co-headlined with Saget one time with Dennis Miller, and one time with Louis Anderson. And by the time I got to co-headlining with Louis Anderson, I remember I was so burned out that I was on stage and I was really tired. And I remember looking out at this sea of, 10,000 people or whatever. And I kind of started talking to myself. And I said, you're not really into this right now. And I'm on autopilot telling my jokes, and I see them laughing and everything. And I'm having this internal dialogue. And I'm like, you're not even here right now. Like, you are so fooling these people right now. You should be ashamed of yourself. And I'm having this conversation with myself while I'm telling jokes to 10,000 people. And it scared me because I caught myself having this inner dialogue. And it probably was like 2 seconds like that. But for me, it just jolted me. And I walked off stage, and Louis went up and did his set. And I just said, I'm done. I'm burned out.
Wow.
I'm officially burned out. And so I stopped doing stand-up. I called my managers and I said, I'm done. And they're like, you got like so many dates. And I said, I am so burned out. I just can't tell another joke right now.
Wow.
And I stopped stand-up for a number of years after that. And I just kind of took a break and stood back and thought, what's next? Because you can't do this to your audiences anymore.
Wow, that's pretty amazing that you were aware of that, And how long in between that and you going back to stand up?
It was probably 6 or 7 years.
Wow. Okay.
It was a pretty long time off.
Wow.
Yeah. And I kind of, and then Full House and all my shows got canceled right at the same time.
Of course.
I thought, what am I going to do? What do I want to do next? So I really kind of weighed in with myself and thought, okay, everything that I wanted to achieve kind of came true, like in my mind's eye of what would be, great. And I kind of didn't see it coming, but it was kind of the end of the road of things that I wanted to do.
Wow.
So.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, so Andy for the money. What's your favorite Smash Club moment?
You got one?
I do. I think it's when Jody and we did our, I saw the sign moment, and she's really messing up, and she takes the guitar and the mic stand falls over, and we have that moment on stage of like, what are we gonna do? I think that was my favorite. How about you?
Smash Club. I remember one time there's a dance marathon going on at the club, and people are really tired because it's the end of the marathon.
Oh my God, a dance marathon.
Dance marathon. And I was looking at the people that were watching the dance marathon in the the booths.
Yeah.
And I went over to our stage manager. I went, why are the people watching tired? And she was like, oh, that's a good point.
Like, they're not dancing.
They're not dancing. Like, why are they? Why did you just tell them to be tired?
They get drinks and food and.
Yeah, like they're in and out. You see people going in and out. I'm like, why are they so tired?
That is hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah. So, here's another one.
Yeah.
This is how fitting. Dave, this comes to us from Long Island History, who says, Dave, you really don't need the hat. You look great bald.
Aww.
Even when you're 100% back to good health, you would rock the shaved head.
Sweet.
It took Travolta a while, but Pitbull encouraged him. I didn't know that story. I don't know if that's true.
I don't know either.
Yeah.
I agree with that, though.
Well, thanks. A friend of mine did say to me, you have a pretty good head.
You do have a good head. Some people have like a misshapen head, or like if you don't have the hair, it changes so much of your face. That's not the case here.
I guess I never knew I had a good head.
Okay, here's a good question. Ria Bill Moria wants to know, what's your favorite memory offset? Like, do you have a favorite memory of,
So many.
Yeah.
So many, because we were together a total of 9 years.
So long.
And it's so long to be together, and we got to see all of the kids grow up, and we got to do family things and go on trips together. There's so many wonderful memories that Full House gave me. So yeah, there's lots of them.
I love that. That's great. I have a favorite memory. It was maybe my first it must have been like my second or third episode. Like I had been there long enough, and I got invited to go to Jerry's Deli with you guys in between the taping and like the camera rehearsal. There's like that Linner phase.
Yeah.
And I just remember being so excited that I got to go with you guys, and Bob drove Jody and I, and he was blasting Freddie Johnston in the car, and it was just so cool. That was definitely my favorite memory.
Always had fun. We always had good times, and we tried to include the kids whenever possible.
Whenever appropriate.
Yes, that's for sure. So, thanks everybody for your comments and your questions.
We'd like to hear your thoughts about Full House. Tell us about your favorite episode, or just why you love the show so much. Send us a comment, send us a DM, Dave and Marla, a question on any of our socials. You guys know where to find us.
Yes. So we love hearing from you. And, we close every episode of Full House Rewind by giving all of you who need it a hug. And in this episode, Jesse is overwhelmed with relationships and work, and you can see that he's really in over his head, but he still tries to do it all.
Finally, the family steps up and helps Jesse. Sometimes you need some family help, and as Jesse puts his ego aside and accepts their help, sometimes we feel overwhelmed. I feel overwhelmed a lot, and our pride won't allow us to accept help. But it's okay to feel that way, and I think it's okay to receive help from others. And usually the reason that they want to help is because they care about you.
Yeah, especially dudes. We don't like help from no one.
I don't need help from anybody.
I got this. Yeah. It's okay to accept help from people. If someone offers you help, you should think about it. We can't always be Superman or Superwoman or superhuman. So I guess for all of you who feel overwhelmed, this hug is for you. All right,
come on in, guys. Big hug.
Come on, bring it in. There we go. There. That's so much better. That's our show. Thank you so much for stopping by.
Yes, and join us next time on Full House Rewind. You can watch all of our episodes on the Full House Rewind YouTube channel.
Bye, everybody. Thanks.
Bye.